You're listening to TalkTainmentRadio.com.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
Last few weeks since we had our show, there's been so many people, that have been calling, that are just getting lonely. They can't stand it because they're in the house, and I think we're going to be doing a show on that, because I said there's just too many people that are just like getting stir crazy. They're trying to follow the rules of this COVID, but it's getting to be a bit much, because this is usually the time of the year when people are socializing. They're going to family reunions, they're going on picnics, and going to church. And even I saw a little girl on Facebook. She looked like she's only about 2 or 3 years old, and she was upset because she doesn't see the ice cream man, and that just was stressing her out. And she couldn't go in McDonald's to get a hamburger or anything. So, we really need to talk about that, about, what are you doing? How are you keeping yourself so you don't get stressed out? But you know something? I have had so many projects around my house that I think I could go another 2 months and get things done. I mean, I just couldn't believe. I used to say this when I used to come in. I said, I'll get to that later, but I can't wait until I get the time to get to that later. Well, guess what? Now I got the time, and I'm getting to it. Stacks and stacks of papers that I kept, and trying to throw out. But I'm feeling good about it, during this time, because I was able to get my garage cleaned out, and so now when I go, I used to drive into the garage, and I had so much papers and everything. I used to drive into the garage, and I'd say, hey. But now I got it cleaned out. My mentees came over and helped me clean out my garage, and now when I drive in, I go, ta, 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 and it makes me happy, because everything is organized. So I'm going in and throwing out things in my house that I don't need, putting it back into circulation, giving it to people that may need it, and if I can't use it, I'm throwing it away, and it does feel good after you get some of that stuff done. Maybe you might not feel lonely, but it does feel good after you get some that stuff done. You can go out. You could probably do like I do and say, ta-ta, ta-ta. So I'm tackling one room at a time. I'm going through the front and then going to the back of the house. And it's just, like I said, it's a real good feeling. But, if it gets so bad that you really get depressed, and, I've had people call me that were actually crying, and I think we're not connecting with our friends enough. And I said, I don't know who I haven't talked to, but I said I'm gonna try to make a note to call at least 2 people a day and ask them how are they doing, and tell them that I love them, because you know what, time is so valuable, and we can take the time that we're sitting at home, not going to those special events, taking time to tell people that you love them, and getting some things done around the house that you had put off today, what you could do tomorrow. I mean, it is something to just be able to, like I said, to walk in and have all your cabinets organized, and to be able to just go in and You don't have to go searching for it, because that's stress itself. You don't have to go searching for it. You can just go to it, So I'm working on it. So, don't get stressed out. There's probably a lot of things that's right in front of you that you can probably do. Now, I keep saying I'm going to do my family newsletter. I want to get that done. And so, I want to finish that because, that was so important to the elders, not the young people, but to the elders in our family when they used to look at the family newsletter. And plus, it's family history. So, I'll probably get that done after I get organized and stuff, and just trying to see how I can make, like if you got lemons, you got to make lemonade. you can't, don't just be sour. Make the lemonade. There's probably a lot of things that you can do that to keep you from not feeling stressed out or anything. So, but you know what? On today's show, I talked to a gentleman that is he makes lemon out of lemonade. He's a bouncer backer, and he is a former a professional baseball player for the Florida Warriors, and a former coach for Florida A&M. He's a teacher, and he has taken all his experience, and he's written 70 children's books. His name is Willie Brown. He is the CEO of SMYLES Projects, and I think I have him on the line. Is he Mr. Brown? How are you today? Okay, I think he was on the line. Okay, he's on the line. He's Mr. Brown. Okay, it hasn't connected, but I wanted to. He's an amazing person. I can't wait to this interview. Mr. Brown. Okay. Yeah. I mean, when I talked to him, he really has gone into several different fields and found out his talent, because God gives us all talent, and this is a good time for you to be looking at some of the talents that God gives you and start using them. This is taking a break and figuring out what your purpose is in life. Mr. Brown? Mr. Brown, okay, I'm still waiting, but it's just not connecting yet. But okay, but as I was saying, there's so many things that you can look at that are just around you, and also I've been working on my flowers in my house. Okay, here we go. This is Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, how are you today? Okay, it came on and then it went off. Mr. Brown? Okay. Well, like I said, I've been working on flowers in my house, getting the front done and the yard done. So it's been busy. Try not to think about the things that I can't do and start thinking about some of the things that I can do. But like I said, if it gets too bad and you're really feeling depressed, really, there's a lot of counseling agencies and counselors that you can go to that will help you work through that, so you won't be depressed, because I really want you to be well and to do and to feel good about yourself. So this is a time to look at all the skills that God gave you and just trying to use it. But Mr. Brown is, like I said, he is such an amazing man. He has written 70 books. And the children's books, he'll talk about that on the show. The children's books are so amazing that the books are so that they all have a message for each child. And actually, you can use those books to start a conversation about something that might be stressing children out. Because as I said earlier, children are getting stressed out too. You wouldn't think that something like ice cream would stress I mean, you know that stresses them out, but you don't think about it. You know that they don't see the ice cream man, or they're not going to the family reunion, or they can't go to the park. I mean, to the recreation center or whatever. You know, going to church. The little girl on Facebook was very upset because she couldn't go to church and she missed all the toys and things that she got at church because of this COVID, and she just wanted it to go away, like we want it to go away, but it hasn't gone away, and so it hasn't gone away. So you just got to do what you got to do, and try to make lemonade out of lemons. And so Mr. Brown has a foundation. It's called Project SMYLES, that is doing some amazing things with children. He's teaching children that are having difficulties with math and science, and they're tutoring children. They're giving school supplies, food. They're just doing a lot of good things there. And so I just can't wait till we can get him on the line. But he's they're still working on it. You know, and another thing is, I wanted to talk to you about success or status too. You know, I've talked to some people that don't want to do, they think that they have these degrees and they can't do certain jobs, you know. But if you need to pay your bills and you have a car and you want to, and you're going to have some money coming in, it's better to be paying your bills than sitting there doing absolutely nothing and waiting on things to happen. If you can, you know, there's people need the lawns cut, you know, even though you might have a PhD, but they're not hiring right now. You know, just do something to help you get that income to come, you know, so that you won't be stressed out. It's better to be having the money coming in than sitting and waiting for it to happen. You know, I find that successful people don't wait on things to happen. They make it happen. And that's what Mr. Brown does. He didn't wait on things to happen. He made it happen. So, you know, don't wait. Just make it happen. And it will. You know, if you plant those seeds, you will reap the harvest. But, you know, also with this, you know, you need to eat healthy and make sure that, you know, this is an excellent time to do your own cooking and put those very, very, very nice herbs in your food that's going to make your family healthy. You got enough time. Some people are working at home, and so this is an excellent time to make your own self healthy and do some good things with your family. You know, I'm trying to think of some other things that I'm doing. Like I said, I'm organizing my closets, and I walk in my room and I say, ta 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 ta. And I can actually go and get my shoes that go with my dress. It's wonderful. You know, before COVID, I was running around like crazy trying to find things and rushing over here and rushing over there. And now things are just kind of calmed down, and I'm being able to find things. But you know, something else that's really good is that our family has come together in a very, very special way. We have had family prayer. And oh my gosh, you know, we've had people from all over the country. We come in and we pray twice a week. I'm meeting family members that I haven't on the phone, that I have never seen in real life. And we've been praying for some of our family members that are ill, and praying for the whole family and for our country and our leaders. And it's just been a wonderful, wonderful feeling. I just can't wait to get on the line and where we have family prayer. And it's just been an amazing thing. Before COVID, we used to do it at our home, in our home, and now we can't. Everybody would bring a special dish, and we would have prayer, and anybody could call the family for prayer. And now we can't do that because of social distancing, but now we have it on the phone, and it's been so amazing to hear different family members get on the phone and pray, and to watch God actually work. You know that God is answering your prayers, because usually the first part of the week we start praying, and at the end of the week we all have our praise report. But it's been a wonderful, wonderful thing. So COVID is not good, when people are sick, but it's been a good thing for us to take that time for us to get together and have our family prayer. Also journaling, this is a historical time of the year. I don't know, hopefully we'll never have another one of these. But if you have the chance to journal, it would be good to journal and put your prayer, your things that are happening to you, and maybe you'll have a book. I got some books I want to write, but I haven't. I said I'll wait until I finish the organizing my home, and then I'll start writing. But I found too that when I got I got some of it organized, but the energy is flowing so much better, once I got things organized. But like I said, if that doesn't work for you, put on some music. There's nothing better than listening to some good old music, to lift your spirits up. I like to put on music when I'm cleaning my house, because I don't like to clean that much. But when I got my music, it just goes real fast, and it's just like, it makes me happy. So I love cleaning with the music, particularly those old time music. I like to, keep on pushing. That brings my spirits up. So I love to do that. And then just the music, or you can read a good book. If you can't get to wherever you want to go, a book will put you there. A book will definitely put you in the mood where you visualize where you are, and it is just wonderful. I read this year Will Haygood's Tigerland. And it made me laugh. I laughed so hard because Will Haygood's Tigerland, he talks about East High School. And it was back in the day. And I had forgotten about some of the things that happened when I was in high school. And so, actually reading this book, my mind went back in there and about some of the things that were going on. And it was just amazing. So, like, if there's a book that is that you might be interested in, or a skill that you might want to learn, this is a good time to do it. When you're at home, you could get into one of those books and read the book. There's Will Haygood. Oh gosh, I recommend that for anybody, but particularly for East High School graduates. I forgot that Robert Martin pulled that joke on our teacher, and I was there when he did that. And so he talks about that in his book, and then he talks about when we won the state championships. That was such a wonderful moment when East High School won the state championship. But and so it took me back there to a happy moment. And so, there's a lot of books out there that can take you back there to a happy moment, and then you may not feel so bad about, what is going on outside, and I'm praying that this will be over with, and then when it's over with, I certainly will be more prepared than I was when we first started, because I'm going to get organized. I'm going to get organized so that I can do some very important things when this is coming out, And look, if you don't plan if you don't plan for your future or plan, you'll become a part of somebody else's plan. And, usually when you become a part of somebody else's plan, you may not be happy. But the most fulfilling thing to do is to have your own plan and to write it out, and then to see that your plan is working. Some of my things that I wrote for the beginning of the year, I'm going through my book and I'm checking them off. And so, this gives me more time, and it's working quicker because, I don't have a lot of distractions. So this gives me more time to get my plan together. So if you got a plan, write it down and start working it, particularly during this time when we have to be in the house, shut in, Another thing, I haven't had a chance to do it, but comedy is good. That'll help you so that you don't feel so bad. Is get your favorite comedian and laugh, because laughter will keep you happy. And then also a good movie. Netflix got some good movies that you can watch. I haven't had a chance since I'm getting organized, but I used to. Me and my cousin, we used to watch those long movies, that had sequels to it, and they were really fun. So, don't sit there and feel bad about, being stuck in there. And call somebody up, like I said before. Call somebody up, and if you don't get them, call somebody else. Call an elder, or maybe go to the store for an elder, or somebody that you love, or do something that makes them feel good so that you can feel good. But I couldn't believe it, all ages, yes, I could believe it. All ages, people are getting really stressed out about this COVID. And so try not to, like I said, if you have lemons, make lemonade. You can, start working on yourself. Not only that, walking and walking around your neighborhood. Drinking plenty of water, walking, taking care of yourself, working on your inner self, your spiritual self. It's a time to start to plan and to do some things that are around you, and and to find your own talents so that you can you can use them when we come up out of this. This is a different kind of year. It is. I just couldn't believe that we were going to be into this, but we are. And lemons, lemonade. Lemons, lemonade. So if you got lemons, make lemonade. If you don't have any funds coming in, if you have lawnmower, you know, you can go around the neighborhood and cut somebody's grass. Or if you can paint, you know, maybe just paint and, you know, get some extra dollars. So, but don't sit around and just feel sorry. And like I said, if you can't do any of those things, go see a counselor. And guess what? They cannot tell your story to anybody. They have to keep it secret. So if there's something bothering you that is really stressing you out, I would suggest that you go talk it out with a counselor. And if none of the things that I suggested work, you know, just go talk to a counselor. And with your children, you know, as they get too stressed out, you know, they can go to a counselor, but they can work on some projects at home, you know, reading some books, helping you with some things. You know, you can teach your children counting while you're cleaning the house, you know, or you can teach them colors. You can tell them to go get that blue dress over there. And guess what? If they're younger and they don't know colors, they're learning it right then. Go get that blue dress over there. Pick up your brown shoes. Or let's give me 2 forks and 1, 2. And they're learning at the same time that they're in the house, and also multitasking, helping, being responsible. And if you have little bitty children, they love to help. Now, when they get to be older, they don't. It's kind of hard, you know. But the little bitty babies, they always want to help you, you know. And so if they offer to do something, you know, let them help you. That's something that they can do that is age appropriate. You know, they can help you set the table for dinner, and you can tell them to get out 2 forks or 3 forks or whatever. And like I said, they love it. They love helping to sweep the floor, picking up paper or whatever. They really do. And I used to have my nephews make pancakes. And we used to sing, and me and Jock and Gerard, we used to sing and make pancakes when they used to come over to the house, and they loved that. But, you know, and they had said that they weren't allowed to do it at their house, but I let them do it under supervision at my house. So they couldn't wait to come over to do some pancakes. And guess what? We were learning measurements, and plus they were learning how to cook, and they were learning math too at the same time. So you can do that with your children while you're at home. And if you're going for a walk, you can take them for a walk and, you know, show them certain things with science that's out there, and letters, you know. They can learn the alphabets, learn the letters, just by going for a walk and getting some fresh air. So not only are they getting fresh air, they're learning the letters, alphabets, and they're also getting not stressed about this COVID. So try to think of some things. Make lemonade, y'all. We got lemons, so let's make it lemonades. But look, I'm getting signs that it's time for me to go. Oh my gosh. But we got a lot of interesting programs coming up on All in Our Family. You have to tune in, but I will see you next week. You've been listening to All in Our Family, heard on TalkTainmentRadio.com, and I'm S. Yolanda Robinson. Love you.
Paying the bills, baby. Maybe we'll fire the landlord. This next song is dedicated to all the cool cats and...
Attention Central Ohio.
Stand by for an important message.
Someone once said, these times like all times are good times if we just know what to do. Linco Realty says this is the best time to buy or sell a home because interest rates are the lowest in history. Linco Realty has been providing real estate services for over 40 years in Central Ohio. Let us help you fire your landlord. If you have questions on pre-approvals, credit scores, down payments, financing, down payment assistance programs, schools, or other real estate questions, go to lincorealty.com or call us at 614-375-2289. Again, 614-375-2BUY. Fire your landlord. Call us at 614-375-2289. Check out LincoRealty.com, then start packing.
The Glory Soul Food Cafe, a taste of Southern classic, located at 3350 Allegheny Avenue in Columbus, Ohio. For carryout, call 614-237-5844 or go to DoorDash.com. Soul Food Specials on Wednesdays. Get the menu at LaGlory'sCafe.com for the best eating in town.
That's LaGlory Soul Food Cafe, 3350 Allegheny Avenue, Columbus, Ohio. For carryout, dial 614-237-5844 or go.com.